Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. And we are here on March 5th, 2025, for your K1 visa, green card, spousal visa, tourist visa live stream, where I give you all this information for free on how to process a K1 visa, a green card. If you got questions, I answer them for you right here in the live stream. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. And I don't work for USCIS, although I probably should. But I do have plenty of MAGA pixie dust. Oh, the camera's over here. I got plenty of MAGA pixie dust, and I'm ready for some Mountain Dew salutes. I finally got some Mountain Dew, so we're good to go. And Christopher Reese, a member of this channel. Good evening, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Christopher? Now, Christopher is a member of this channel, which means Christopher can text me and call me on my cell phone whenever he feels like it with questions on his K1 visa application, because he's a member. He's a member of the channel, so he's got my phone number, and if he has a question, he can text me, and I respond to him. Xena, I like that. It's like Xena, warrior princess, right? Xena, hello, Diego and Karina. What is going on? Xena, now you can't see the American flag because of the location, but there's the American flag. But it's just going to have to be right there for right now. That's the Venezuelan flag. This Karina's from Venezuela. Life as a mom. Good evening, Diego and Karina. What's going on? Life as a mom, and you are in Massachusetts, right? If I remember. Dina Ali, hi Diego and Karina. Hope you guys are doing well. We are great. We're doing excellent. It's 62 degrees outside. There's no rain. There's no snow. The whole day was sunny, so it was good. And Christopher just got in from work, showered. Been a long day. I can understand that. I can understand that, definitely. And Christopher asks, how was our vacation? We haven't left yet. We haven't gone on vacation. We are going on vacation. I want to type it in right here. Right here. This is when we're going on vacation. We're going to be on March 9th to March 16th. Let me see. I got to fix that. Man, I don't know how I do that. That's without glasses, I guess. We're on vacation, March 9th to March 16th, 2025. And we're going to get we're going to get Karina's friend from Puerto Rico. He's going to drive us to the airport. We're going to get in a plane and we're going to fly somewhere for a week. And I'm going to make videos for you guys, for the members. You get the members who are members of the channel. You guys get to see the videos first. And we're going to have a great time. So you're going to have to hang in there while we're gone for that period of time. Let me see. Xena, the warrior princess, is the inspiration. Well, let's give a Mountain Dew salute to Xena and also to the actress who played Xena, warrior princess. Excellent. I used to love watching Xena on the TV. Dina Ali, Diego, my brother submitted a K1 visa. It took him only 6 months. Well, that's from NOA 1 to NOA 2. The whole process is because his doctor. I just want to know, it took me 2 years and a half. Well, we're in different times, Dina. It took us 2 years. Back just at the tail end of COVID. You were processing at the tail end of COVID. That's when all the government officials and all the embassy staff and everybody, they were hiding underneath their desks because they were scared of COVID. And they wouldn't come out. They wouldn't come out from underneath their desks. But now they came out. Now they're processing visas. The embassies have reopened. Let's see. Vimy Lola. Hello, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Vimy? I got this. See, Karina bought me this desk for this computer. So I moved the desk that the computer was on. I moved it back over here. So now I can put all my junk on there. What do you think? I got the little Avianca jet right here. I got the Coke can. I got the Mountain Dew. So anyway, I got a table over here, so you can see stuff. It's not too boring. So Vimy is doing good. Life as a mom. Yes, I'm interested. You're interested in Massachusetts. Everything is going great. waiting patiently to bring my spouse to get his fingerprints. So the biometrics is next week. But make sure when you go for the biometrics, don't forget the letter for the appointment. Don't forget the passport with the K1 visa. Don't forget the marriage certificate. Okay? You got to bring all that stuff to the biometrics appointment. Don't forget. Let me see. Zena, for the money orders, it is U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Don't write a money order. Write a check. Get a cashier's check. Cashier's check. Personal check. Personal check. Cashier's check. To U.S. Department. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. This is who you make the check out to. Okay, you make out the cashier's check or the personal check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. How can you use a money order? The money order doesn't go up to $1,000. What's the max, right? Let's see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Christopher, you're getting excited. Tu feliz para vacaciones, mi amor. Karina can't wait. She gets to actually fly on a plane in the United States of America from here to there without going through freaking immigration. So that's a good thing, right? She can go from here to there. She's got her Florida driver's license, which is compliant with the federal government's new whatever whatever rule they got. The new the real ID law. So she's gonna fly, get off the plane, and walk through to the carousels where the bags are, and not have to worry about an immigration check. It's cool, right? She can't, and then Karina gets to visit. I think we're going to probably travel to 3 different states. Karina's been to like 5 states, so we're going to go to 3 more new states for her. And the thing is this: we keep the boarding passes of our vacation. We keep the plane tickets, the boarding passes, the hotel receipts, the dinner date receipts, all the things we're going to do on our vacation. We're going to keep it all, and it's going to go into Karina's 10-year green card application as our vacation information. Christopher says, what is that symbol on your cap? This is the emblem for Venezuela. Look at the Venezuelan flag right there. And look, this is for Venezuela. Today, Karina bought me this in Caracas, Venezuela. She bought it for me as a gift, and I'm wearing it today in support of Venezuela. That's what it is. And let me see here. Francois Livingston. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Sophia's Jim. Good evening, Karina and Diego. So we got Sophia's, we got Francois. Now, Francois is in upstate New York, and her husband, Hamid, came all the way from Morocco via the United Arab Emirates. And now they're working on their green card application. And Francois is a member of this channel also. So Francois can email me, she can text me, she can call me, even when we're on vacation. If she has a big urgent problem or question or necessary action is required. Remember, sometimes in the K1 visa process or the green card process, you got to have immediate action. And have you tried getting on the phone with USCIS where they put you on, if you can? Have you tried reaching it? Do you have an immigration attorney? Why do you even bother with an immigration attorney? It's $5,000. Use that money for something else. If you need help with this K1 visa application, I'm here to help you for free, unless you want to sign up as a member. And then you're going to get my phone number and my email address, and you can text me your questions. You don't have to wait for a live stream. It's up to you. You don't have to, but it's beneficial. Let me see. Francois, working on the finishing touches of the green card application, and on the cover letter, does Hamid sign it, or do I? Or both? Well, it's actually Hamid who signs it, because it's Hamid's green card. It's Hamid who's applying for a green card. Francois, you're not applying for a green card. Hamid is. So this is from Hamid to USCIS, and you live in upstate New York. So wherever you got to mail your green card application off to, that's what you're going to put on the address, from Hamid to USCIS, the cover letter, This is my application to adjust my status to legal permanent resident from Hamid. Okay, so Hamid signs it, the cover letter. You sign the 864. Okay, and and if you want to write some letters to immigration explaining some stuff, if you want, then you can sign that. All right. Don't overthink it, Francois. You can do this. It's easy. Life as a mom. Yes, I put everything together already. Good job. Life as a mom. Good work. Sophia's gem. I'm in the adjustment of status process. It's been 6 months. Should I send an inquiry? Biometric was done in September. It takes about 9.3 months to get immigration to adjudicate your green card application. It's the average as of March 5th, 2025 is 9.3 months, just like last month. Nothing's changed. So if it's been 6 months, Sophia's, and it's March, so by June, by the end of June, that's when you can start inquiring about the case. The end of June, somewhere in there. But relax, put your feet up on the desk. Relax, you guys are together, right? That's why I like the K1 visa process so much, because you wait for the green card together. In a spousal visa, you have your wife has to, or husband has to wait in a foreign country, like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you got to go to a scary visa interview. But with the K1 visa, you still have to go to the visa interview, but you can wait for the green card together in the United States of America, right? So hang in there, Sophia. You're good. Alicia, I'm 21 years old. Very good. And my girlfriend is 63. Okay, we're about to file for a K1 and worried about the age difference. Although we've seen each other once in my country. How much time have you spent together? How much time? The age difference to immigration isn't a problem so long as you can prove a real relationship. So you want to have at least made 2 trips to see each other. One trip with a big age gap isn't going to be sufficient to really get the immigration approval. They may not. But if you have a big age gap like that, you're going to have to make at least 2 or 3 trips to see each other. And you got to have all these boarding passes and photos with family and friends. You got to have at least a year and a half of dating each other before you submit the K1. If you've only met each other once and you've only seen each other one time, how long was that for? How long were you together? How much time? If you want to qualify, if you want to really get immigration to qualify you, you got to have at least 2 trips to see each other. Granted, immigration says you only need 1 trip, 1 time. USCIS rule says you only got to have 1 time. But really, is that sufficient? What if, I made 5 trips to Colombia with Karina. We got a big age difference, but it's irrelevant when you're in a real relationship. And I had 5 trips to Colombia. We lived together for almost 3 years in Bogota. I mean, my home is in Florida, but I lived in Colombia waiting for Karina's K1 to get adjudicated. So I had a stack of evidence of us together for 3 years. Well, actually, it was 2 years when we filed the K1. You got to have a lot of evidence. If you got a big age gap, immigration is not going to stop you from getting a K1, but you got to prove the relationship. One-time visit isn't going to cut it. I don't mean to break the bad news to you. And what country are you in? What country? The country also has an influence on the immigration process. There's some countries that have a real big immigration fraud, a ton of it. So which country are you from there? And I will help. Alicia, tell me the country you're from. 21 is great. It's okay to be 21. I remember when I was 21, the dinosaurs were walking around the planet. But it's no problem with the age gap. But you got to prove the relationship. 1 trip to see each other isn't going to be enough with a big age gap of like 40 years. That's a lot of big age gap. It's got to be a strong K1 visa application. Sophia, okay, thank you. You're good, Sophia. Okay. But, let's see here. Alicia, 21 years old. It's okay. Just do if you listen to me, if you follow my advice, make another trip to see each other, spend a lot of time together. Don't be in a big hurry to file a K1 visa. First, you got to establish a real relationship. And it takes over a year. I went on vacation to Colombia for 2 weeks. We've been chatting back and forth for about 5 or 6 months. And I said, I want to come meet you, Karine. I want to come see you. So I got on a plane and I flew to Bogota and I stayed, and it was for 2 weeks. And I stayed 5 weeks. The hotel, I ran out of time in the hotel. So I went ahead and just helped Karina move into a bigger apartment. And then we stayed in the apartment. And then I came back to Florida, and then I went back to Colombia, and my name was on the rent receipts for the apartment in Bogota. I stayed in Colombia for another 5 months until I maxed out my tourist visas. I mean, you got to have a lot of evidence of a relationship. Let me see. Zena, oh no, we already made their money order. Okay, we'll cancel. Don't use a money order. Use a use a cashier's check. I can go into Karina's cell phone, click on our bank, and it says, do you want a cashier's check? I can order a cashier's check off my phone or off Karina's phone from the bank. Personal check or cashier's check. Do not use money orders. Don't use your credit card to purchase. Do not buy the green card with your credit card or money orders. Don't do that. You want to make this process easy for immigration. Okay? If you submit a credit card application for a green card, immigration's got to pull out the form. They got to write your credit card number, your expiration date, your security code, and then you got to pray that the bank doesn't block the transaction. And you can avoid all that if you just write a freaking check. That's it. Boom. And then immigration can scan the check electronically. They get paid immediately from the bank. The bank pays them right away. That's the way you want to do it. You want the process to be quick. You don't want it to be slow. Let me see here. So go ahead, Zena, Warrior Princess, get a personal check or a cashier's check. Turn back those money orders to the post office and cash them out. Pamela Gamage, what is the next steps? K1 visa was approved. We got married on March 1st. Well, if you got married, you got your K1 visa approved, you got your NOA2 letter. Then you had to go through the whole rigmarole of the embassy interview, getting the K1 visa, coming to America, and then you said you got married on March 1st, and you want to know what's the next step. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to wait for the biometrics. If you submitted your green card application, or have you done that? Have you even done that? You got to put a green card application together. You got to adjust status from I-94. The K1 visa goes away when you land in America. Then you're working off of an I-94. The I-94 substitutes for the K1. Once you get the I-94, you got 90 days to get married. You get married within those 90 days. And then you got to put together a green card application, which is USCIS Form 485. And then the sponsor has to fill out USCIS Form 864. And you got to do the medical exam over, which is 693, and recertify vaccinations. So now you got to put your green card package together. And I've made videos on how to do that. If you want to watch a video on how to put a green card package together, I've made a couple of videos on how to do it. Let me see. Larry Piercy. Hi, kids. What's going on, Larry? We're kids now. What's that? Baby goats, right? Isn't that a baby goat? I don't know. Now the cat's going to hear me making goat sounds. And Sophia Jess, thank you, no problem. Francois, not on vacation, Diego. It's Karina's birthday getaway. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. We are going to fly to a different place to celebrate Karina's birthday. That's exactly right. Absolutely. And thank you for that correction, Francois. You're correct. You're absolutely right. And Larry Piercy is still waiting and waiting and waiting. but you didn't get a letter of intent to deny. You didn't get a notice of intent to deny, Larry. So you're in the queue. So just keep waiting until it gets done, and it will get done. Immigration hasn't forgotten about you. Even though you think they have not forgotten about you. Sophia's gem. Yes, it's great to have him here. Well, there you go. That's a Marandu salute right there. I keep forgetting where the camera is. The camera's over here. Marandu salute. Karina came to the United States via Miami. I accompanied her on Avianca flight to Miami from Bogota, Colombia, South America. And we processed Karina's green card application, and Karina waited here in Florida for her green card. She wasn't stuck in Bogota waiting for it. She waited here. K1 visa is the way to go. Much better than a spousal visa. Spousal visa is a pain. And Sophia Gem, it's great to have him here. That's exactly right. Chris and Emma, Larry Piercy, did you tell Al Green to shut it? Who's Al Green? What and to shut what? What are we talking about here? Francois, I know he's applying for the green card, so I don't put my name on it at all anywhere. Not on the cover letter, no. Also, do I put the K1 visa and the case number from the NOA too? Francois, you blow up you get Hamid's K1 visa in his passport. You make a copy of it, Office Depot or at your work, wherever you work, blow it up nice and big. So the K1 visa has to be blown up big, your passport and his passport biographic page in color. That goes in Hamid's green card application. Okay? You put your name on the 864. That's it. The only time that the sponsor and the beneficiary are joint filers is when when Karina lifts the conditions off of her 2-year green card. We become a joint filer, and we file USCIS form 751, and it's $750 as of March 5th, 2025, 6:21 p.m. You never know with immigration; they may change the price tomorrow. But when you file for a green card, this is the beneficiary requesting the green card, not the sponsor. But the sponsor has to include the 864, which is the affidavit of support, and any other evidences, like you got the marriage certificate, most certainly. Chris and Emil, 13-year-old boy got in a Secret Service standing ovation. Yeah. President Trump directed the director of the Secret Service to give a 13-year-old child with brain cancer a membership as a member of the U.S. Secret Service at 13. And everybody congratulated this 13-year-old child except all the communists who were sitting on the other side of the Congress. You know, the communists. They don't like to see stuff like that. I mean, Karina doesn't like when I say that. She's like, oh, no, don't say that. But President Trump elevated a 13-year-old child to the status as Secret Service agent because nobody knows how long he's going to live. And that's what he wanted to be when he grew up. But he doesn't know if he's going to grow up. So Trump and his Secret Service director basically made him an honorary member of the Secret Service. And then the communists were just, who cares? These Democrats are just horrible people, guys. They're horrible. They wouldn't even stand up and give a praise to a 13-year-old child in the Congress. Those people are just plain nasty. Just my opinion. Not the people in the Congress. I'm not saying all Democrats are nasty. What I'm saying is those members of Congress who are Democrats are not Democrats. They don't represent the Democrat Party. They represent the Communist Party. They do. Because in their mind, if you don't support their opinion, you don't exist. And that's real. Let me see. Alicia Ima, we've been together for a year and I am from Nigeria. Very good, Alicia. Nice. That's good. But you gotta show lots of evidence, okay, of that. Being together for a year, we were together for a year, our first year. In our first year together, we lived together for 6 months. And I made 2 trips to Colombia. That was our first year. Our second year, was I lived in Colombia with Karina for 10.5 months. And in the 3rd year, I lived in Colombia for 3 months because I ran out of visas. Basically, it's what happened. Let me see. Larry, Chris B, Slap Al Green, Vimy Lola on page 18 of the I-485, question 60. Okay, Vimy. Well, let's go to that document and let's get it all squared away for you so you understand what's going on. Page 18 of 485. That's what you said, right? Well, let's go to page 18, and now this is it expires on 10/31/2027. And page 18 is, let me see here. Okay, page 18 of USIS form I-485. Question 60. Okay, well, let's see. What is question 60? 56. Question 60. Where is it? Donde mismo? Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, page 19, because there's no question 60 on page 18. On page 19, question 60, identify the total value of your household liabilities, including both secured and unsecured. That means, if you live in a house, do you have a house payment? If you bought a $400,000 house and you owe $200,000 on the $400,000 house, your liabilities would be checked over $186,800. If you don't have a house, let's suppose you live in an apartment, okay? Then household liabilities would be: do you have a car payment? Do you have 2 car payments? If you have, let's suppose you got a nice Lamborghini that cost you $500,000 and you put down $400,000, you owe $100,000 on the car. That's a liability. That's a household liability. Okay. So we already paid off the house. Okay. So if you don't have a house payment, what's his credit card debt? Does he have? I mean, I'm planning this vacation with Karina. We're fixing to go for her birthday. So I probably got some charges ranking up on my credit card. So that would be my liabilities. No problem. So what is his credit card debt? What is his house payment? What's his car payment? Those are the household liabilities. Do you have, that's how you figure it out. You got it? You got it? Tell me you understand that. Alicia Ima, it's also a red flag since she is 63. We've discussed about not having children, but we agreed on adopting other children. Okay, so you talked about adopting other children. Do you have any proof? Have you contacted any adoption agencies and written them emails and asked them what is the process to adopt a child with such an age gap like that you have? Do you have any proof that you have contacted any adoption agencies that you've looked into adopting, that you want to know the process to adopt a child? What's the process? You got to prove it. You said to me right here that you've looked into adopting a child because of the age difference. Okay, you got to prove that to immigration in the form of evidence. So my recommendation would be to contact an adoption agency, send them an email, and ask them their opinion on adopting a child with an age gap like that you have. They will respond back to you with their opinion. Then you have evidence that you have been looking into adopting a child with a big age gap. And then you put that in the K-1 visa application and then the green card application once you get to that point. The only red flag immigration will have with a big age gap is if you can't prove the relationship. If you can't prove it, if you don't have enough time together, if you don't have enough evidence of being together, that's the problem, not the age gap. Zena, do we need to translate his birth certificate for our green card application? Yes, it's mandatory. If you have a birth certificate in a foreign language, you got to translate it into English. Now I'll type right here. This is a good company right here. This company right here in California will get the translation turned around pretty quick in a couple of days. Now, the Spanish group, they don't pay me to tell you that. I'm just recommending them because they're a very good company. I got all of Karina's documents, her college transcripts, her college degree, her birth certificate, her letter of intent to get married. I got it all translated into English using the Spanish group.org. Okay, I got it all done in like 2 days. But they don't pay me to say that. That's just my recommendation. You know, I recommend that company. So yes, you must translate his birth certificate, Zena, into English. You don't need a letter of recommendation to get married for the green card application, though, because you're already married. Alicia, let me see. Alicia Aima, would you recommend a CR1 visa in our case? Because initially I suggested the CR1, the K1. Go with the K1. You don't want to get into a situation with legal attachments and then immigration block everything. With your situation, it's a K1 all the way. Okay? You just got to prove the relationship. Francois Livingston, I did copies of the K1 visa. Very good. In color, right? Demographic pages of both passports. Very good. In color, right? I was only asking if I put my name too on the cover page. You can if you want, but it's Hamid's green card application. So really you don't have to. But you can if you want to, but it's Hamid's green card application. You don't have to. You're not going to get dinged if you do, and you won't get dinged if you don't. But if you don't want to do the extra work of writing out all your information, don't worry about it. You don't have to. All right? Am I going to need your approval on it? Please and thank you. That's okay. You are a member of this channel. Okay, you are a member of this channel, Francois, and you have my email address, you have my phone number, and you can send me any information you want to email to me to review. I will review it for you before you submit it to immigration, so you don't get any errors. What is it? $9.99 a month. If you want to be a member of this channel, then you get my phone number, you get my email address. And then if you have an urgent immigration question, you can give me a call, you can text me, or you can email me, whatever it is you need help with. I'll respond to you. If you text me, I'll respond to you right away because I'll hear the phone. Ding. Oh, there you go. Email. Ding. There you go. Okay? But if you want to become a member, you can sign up under the membership. If you don't want to be a member, that's fine. But if you are, you get direct contact to me. Let me see. Francois, you're gonna send me your information and I'll review it for you. I'll review it line by line for you. Zena, our application has been rejected 3 times, so we decided to do it ourselves. It's been a year since we got married. I'm worried if that's going to be a problem. Well, first I got to know, why did it get rejected? I think it was the 864, wasn't it, Zena? Was there a problem with the 864 with the affidavit of support? If I remember, it got rejected 3 times, but it didn't get denied. Did you have a company process your green card application? Did you pay somebody to do this for you? Did you pay an immigration attorney to do this for you? I mean, how did you do this? You said, Zena, our application's been rejected 3 times. Not denied, rejected. Yes, we paid someone. So they did a bad job. They did a crappy job putting the package together for you. They did a horrible job. And now it's costing you time. Okay? If you watch the videos I've made on how to put a green card package together, you can do it for free. And you're going to do it the right way, and you won't get that rejection as long as you're qualified. It said you didn't have enough information. Well, then whoever processed your green card application didn't include the tax returns, the W-2s, the tax transcripts, the 12 months worth of bank statements, the letter from the boss saying where your sponsor works, excuse me. There's a lot involved in applying for a green card, and you can't put together a crappy package. If you miss stuff, you get rejected. Apparently this company didn't fill out the 864 properly. They didn't include your 12 months worth of bank statements or your tax returns or your last tax return. You got to include it. You got to have a letter from the sponsor's boss, where he works, how much money he makes. Okay, the financial part is probably the most important part of the green card application. You made it through everything else. Now you got to get through the financial part. And if you hire someone who's lazy or clueless, then you're going to get rejected 3 times already. That's horrible. I mean, that's just horrible. You know, I don't know. So let's see here. Vimy, you've already paid off the house, then you don't have any liabilities, household liabilities, unless you got a car payment. That's about it. Car payment is a household liability. And credit card, okay, no credit card debt, paid off the car. So okay, so let me tell you what box to take. You're gonna put on question 60, identify the total value of your household liabilities. You're gonna put 0. You're gonna check the 0 box. 0, right here. I don't know if you can see that. 0. You check the 0 box. You got it? Hey, if I was an immigration attorney, I would be billing you $400 for that. You check the 0 box. Vimy, tell me you got that. Francois, don't forget seeing one another more than once. You cannot make one trip to see somebody. To qualify, you're going to have to make at least 2 trips and spend a lot of time together. Now, if you made one trip to see your beneficiary and you live together for a year on that one trip, then you're good to go. Immigration won't have a problem with that. But if you made one trip to see your beneficiary and just spent 2 weeks with her or him, that's not enough time to develop a relationship with somebody. We lived together for 3 years, and I'm living in a freaking foreign country. I couldn't speak Spanish to save my life. I had to learn Spanish. I mean, my landlord, Senor Fernando, he'd come in and say, he'd go, hello, how's everything? What's going on? In Spanish? I'm like, what? What did you say? And then he threw me a newspaper from Bogota, the Bogota newspaper. He threw it at me. He said, read this, learn all the freaking Spanish words, learn Spanish, and then you'll be okay in Colombia. Because we don't speak English in Colombia, we speak Spanish. The official language of Colombia is Spanish. Okay, I said, all right, so I learned Spanish. And Karina said, I'm pretty good. Karina, me habla español, es no problema. Si Karina, no, es bien, muy bien. So I learned Spanish. And then my landlord, Mr. Fernando, after we lived with him for 3 years almost, my first year, I just learned a piece at a time. And it took me about 1.5 years to learn Spanish, but I learned how to speak Spanish, for crying out loud. Now it's in my head. It won't go away, just like USCIS. All this information's in my head. So I give it to you guys. So Vimy, you check the 0 box, okay? On page 19. Let me see. Francois, don't forget seeing one another more than once. Does the couple have to have children? You don't have to have children to qualify for a K-1 visa. But you got to give a kind of like an explanation. If you don't want to have children, you got to explain why you don't. Just kind of, sometimes that question could come up. It's not going to get you a denial, though, for a visa. Everything's in color, Francois. Good. Vimy Lola, we couldn't find the sign-up form. What do you mean you couldn't find the sign-up form? What, you mean for the channel? I don't know. If you go into, I don't know, how do you do that? The name of the channel, you click on the entry form, the first page of the channel, and you look for a membership. You click on membership, and then YouTube will help you guide you through it. If you want to sign up as a member, it's easy to do. Ask Francois. She signed up. Christopher Reese, he signed up. I've got 9 members. Okay, right now, 9 people are members. And when I hit, I think I'll cut it off at 50. Then I'm done. 50 people, and then that's all I'm probably going to be able to manage all one-on-one. And then when somebody cancels, I'll open up the spot for somebody else. But right now I've got 9 members. And then once you get the green card, the K-1 visa, if you get everything done and you don't need my help anymore, then you can cancel your membership. Then you don't have to worry about it. But the goal is to get you the green card and the K-1 visa. And the goal is don't be paying $5,000 to an immigration attorney. And the only reason I'm asking for the membership fee is because of the time it takes for me to help go from A to Z on a green card application. This is a lot of work, you know. So anyway, Vimy Lawler, if you want to sign up as a member, you just click on the entry, the first page of the channel where it shows what the videos are, the intro video and all that stuff and everything else. And Zena, you paid somebody. Well, you didn't. Don't do that. And you don't have enough information. Well, you know, I've explained to you what you got to do. You got to fix the 864. The family size was probably all messed up. They didn't fill out the paperwork correctly, and everything got sent back to you. Okay, you got to do it right, and that, you know, you can do it. If you want to sign up as a member, I will fix the problem for you personally. So instead of paying that person $1,000, join for $9.99. There's a big difference, right? Let me see here. Larry Piercy is a member. Look at that. Larry just signed up as a member. Well, Larry Piercy, you get a Mountain Dew Slim. I keep forgetting where the camera is. So Larry's a member of the channel now. And how did I know that he's a member? Because he's got a blue circle with a white star in it. So now Larry's a member. Congratulations. And Karina said, welcome to the channel. Zena, I will help you. I'm going to help you. Let me see here. Vimy Lawler, it's for both of us. I still have a student loan. Okay. But my husband doesn't have any debt. Okay, everything paid off, so I'm not sure also from my side. A student loan isn't really, I don't think that's going to qualify, okay, as a household liability. That's a personal liability. I don't know, it could. But at this point, I wouldn't worry about it. It's mainly house payments, car payments, stuff like that. Francois Livingston, that's why we waited 4 months after getting married to put a strong green card package together. That's right. You put a strong green card package together, it takes 3 to 4 months to do that. And then you don't, and then you check it to make sure you didn't mess up the paperwork. And if you didn't mess up the paperwork, then you're going to mail it using UPS, FedEx, or DHL. Do not use the United States Postal Service to mail your green card application or your K-1 visa application. The United States Postal Service right now is going through a massive overhaul internally, okay? And you don't want to be sending stuff of this nature using a federal entity like the U.S. Postal Service. Use FedEx, DHL, or UPS. You got to listen to me, guys. Okay, you could mail your green card application off with the Postal Service, and it disappears for 3 freaking months. You don't want that to happen. I mean, I order stuff on Amazon when the U.S. Postal Service get a hold of it, it takes freaking forever to get here. But when Amazon deliver it, it's within a few days. FedEx will ship it in a couple of days. Let me see here. Good job, Francois. And Vimy, don't worry about the student loan. It's not a household liability. That's personal. Francois, Vimy Lawler, use your laptop. Don't do it on your cell phone. I had trouble signing on my cell phone, but no problem finding Diego's channel. There you go. Use a laptop or use your desktop. And Larry, welcome to the Visa and Green Card. Help. Larry says help. Larry, I'm always help. I'll help you. We're here to help you. Francois, look, Mr. Pierce is a member now. Larry Piercy is a member of this channel. So now we have 10 members. Okay, I got 10 members, and I'm going to open it up to 40 more, and then I'm not going to accept anymore. Let me see here. Vimy Lawler says, thank you. And Zena, I only see the home video and live tag. I only see the home, the video, and the live tag. Well, on the video page, just click on membership, and you'll be able to sign up. Larry Piercy, you now have 10 members. Yeah, 10 members now. That's good. And then I help you guys personally. When we're on vacation, okay, the members know where we're going on vacation. Because you guys are paid members, okay, that information will be not leaked onto the internet until after we get back, you know. But you know where we're going. You can go into the channel now and look at videos that are for members only. Let's see here. Larry was going to wait until after Friday, but you made me feel guilty. No, don't feel guilty, Larry. Come on now. Not because of money fixing more damage. I don't create a membership channel for the money. The money's not important. What's important is that if you want my one-on-one attention, you're going to need my phone number and my email address. In order for me to give that private information out, I want to know who it's going to. Okay? I want to know who's got that information. The only way I can know that is if you are a paid member. So that's the reason, not for the money, but for the protection of my personal information. Let me see here. Francois, it took 2 days for Hammond to receive a package via DHL. Yeah, DHL. The U.S. government has a contract with DHL, with the immigration. Whenever your packet gets, when your approved K-1 visa, okay, gets shipped from the USCIS Service Center to the National Visa Center, the U.S. government uses DHL Courier. When your K-1 visa gets shipped via a courier package to the embassies around the world, the U.S. government uses DHL. They have the contract. DHL is a private company, okay, that is contracted with the government to get your K-1 visa where it's supposed to be. Karina's K-1 visa went from the National Visa Center in New Hampshire to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia via DHL. And Francois said all the way to the United Arab Emirates in 2 days. There you go. Larry Piercy, not talking about you, talking about me. Larry, you're good. How's Mogi, by the way? How is Mogi? Is she hanging in there? Are you keeping her calm, or is she keeping you calm? Because we're keeping you calm. Okay? You got to relax on this process. Vimy Lola is a member. Whoa! Look, Vimy figured it out. That's our Mountain Dew solution. So we have 11 members now. Okay, Vimy, what you got to do now is look in those videos I made in the member section, and you can find my phone number and my email address. Now you can send me a text and say, hey, this is Vimy. I got to know who it is texting me. And then once you text me with your questions, I will answer them, and you don't have to wait till the next live stream. I'll respond to you today or tomorrow or when we're on vacation. Larry Piercy, Moggy is crazy, LOL. Come on, 12 members. Vimy Lola, yes, I have to use my computer. There you go. I didn't even know that. So Francois gave you some technical advice. Karina, she's the technical expert here. And then Francois is the technical expert in helping people sign up as members. It kind of reminds me when I was trying to process my immigration paperwork for Colombian immigration. I was doing it on my computer. You have to go into Migration Colombia, and I got to put in there my flight status, where I'm flying from in the United States, what my citizenship status is, U.S., my passport information. I had to fill out all this stuff for Colombian immigration, and I couldn't get it on my desktop. It wouldn't do it. So I got it done on my cell phone, or now Karina's cell phone. I went into the cell phone and did it. And then they sent me an email, which I then printed off of the desktop. Apparently, to sign up for a member, you got to do it from your laptop or from your desktop. It won't work from your cell phone. Technology is still good for the 21st century, right? Let me see. Come on, 12 members. Vimy, yes, I have to use my computer. Okay, no problem. Now you have my email and you have my phone number, cell phone. Larry Piercy, but I will keep her laughing. And then she says, hello, Karina.
Hello, Mogi.
So Karina says, hello. Now remember, I got the Venezuelan flag here, okay? But the U.S. flag is right here. But if I do that, And then I gotta lift Karina up so she can see. So I gotta get her a cushion for her and a cushion for me. So I've got to do like this. Maybe I'll just leave it like that for now.
Hello, Moggy.
Hello, Moggy. Brian Rogi. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Brian. How are you? How's your family? I have a Colombian fiance who lives in Bogota. I know Bogota like the back of my hand. I lived there for 3 years, almost. Her mother is in the hospital down there and won't release her from the hospital until the hospital balance is paid off. Well, if you get in Colombia, if you don't have health insurance, you got to pay for the medical treatment. It cost me 1,500 freaking bucks for health insurance in Colombia. Even though I had medical insurance with the military, I had to have health insurance in Bogota. It cost me like 1,500 bucks a year, or else I wouldn't be able to get my permission slip, my visa to live in Colombia. Let me see here, Brian. I have a Colombian fiance who lives in Bogota. Her mother is in the hospital. Her mom, she's not in the hospital. Her mom is in the hospital. And they won't release her from the hospital until the hospital bill is paid off. That's right. If you don't pay your hospital bill, they don't let you leave. That's true. Larry Piercy, you need a bigger screen. Miguel, buenas noches, Diego and Karina. Buenas noches. ¿Cómo estás, Miguel? ¿Tú bien? Huh?
Hello.
Karina said hello in English. That's pretty good. Brian, good. Is it normal for them to hold her mom? Yes, that could happen. I mean, how much is a hospital bill? Can't you send some money through Western Union to her? Karina said, is it the hospital or the clinic? The hospital. Just wire some money to her, to your fiance in Colombia, and have her go pay off that freaking hospital bill. They want to get paid. Miguel, when are we getting the Bo Diego back? Well, I don't know. I just grow my hair out. I just keep it growing. Maybe I'll grow it down here, cover my ears. Who knows? Zena, hey, Zena, welcome to the channel, Zena. Look at that, Mountain Dew salute. You got my number now, Zena, and you have my email address. Just look at the videos. And I'm going to fix, come on, number 13. Zena figured it out. I'm going to fix the camera now. I'm going to send it back down so you can see Karina. Yeah, Brian. In Colombia, they can't put a lien on her house. They can't put a lien on her car. So how are they going to get paid? They just, okay, when you pay, you can leave. I mean, that's South America. I need a bigger screen. That's true, actually. And Miguel, the Bo Diego, I don't know. I'm just going to keep growing my hair till I get sick and tired of it being long. Larry Piercy, leave mother-in-law there. You will thank me later. Larry, don't say that. Colombian mother-in-laws are good. They're good people. My mother-in-law is in Venezuela. Let's see here. Brian Google. Okay, thank you. Good. So I am trying to pay the $3,000 to $3,000. What the heck? Healthcare is not that expensive in Colombia. Serious? $3,000 for what did they do? What the heck happened? That's a lot of money. Larry Piercy, keep the hair. Yeah, I'm keeping the hair, Larry. I'm just gonna grow it. You know, and then Vinny the cat can swing on it in the nighttime. She can play with it. She can like this. $3,000, Brian. That's a lot of money. Now, listen up. How do you know it's $3,000? You need to, before you send $3,000 freaking dollars to Colombia, you need to get a receipt from the hospital for the bill in pesos, Colombian pesos, and verify that it's $3,000 and not $300. You need to verify that bill. Okay. Find out the name of the hospital. Get a copy of the bill that is owed to the hospital. It's going to be in Colombian pesos. It's going to be in COP. It's going to be in COP and translate it, transfer, and then change it into US dollars. Find out what it really is. So we got, all right? Listen to me, man. Don't send $3,000 to Colombia until you have verified that bill. You want to see the receipt. Zena figured it out. Brian Rogie, she has been in a long time, but now my fiance says they told her that tomorrow, if they don't get paid, they will fine her another $3,000. It's got to be pesos. It can't be dollars. The Colombian hospital is not going to fine her $3,000 freaking dollars for being an overstayer in the hospital. 3,000 pesos maybe, or 30,000 pesos, or 3 million pesos. It might be 3 million pesos. It's not $3,000. Do you know how much that is in pesos? That's millions and millions of pesos. Let me see. Larry, you left your mother-in-law. Miguel, besides going to the Social Security office, is there anything else to do once receiving a green card? No. Once you get the green card, that's it. Go to the Social Security office, update your status, update the status to legal permanent residence. The Social Security officer will go in a computer and say they will take away the I-94 part of it, which is actually a K3 visa, but I'm not going to get into the technicalities of that. So they go in there, they eliminate the I-94, and they update your status to legal permanent resident. And that's it. And then you'll get a new Social Security card mailed to you from Baltimore, Maryland. It will come in, if your wife takes your last name, then it will come with her maiden name will go away, and her new husband's last name will be applied to the new green card, the new Social Security card. All that verbiage that says cannot work without permission from Homeland Security, that goes away. You're going to get a Social Security card. That's like Karina says, Karina Ross, and then her Social Security number. And that's it. Just like my Social Security card. And don't laminate the Social Security card. You are a brand new person in the United States of America. You are a foreigner from another country. And you're all excited, you got your Social Security card, and you want to protect it. So you're going to run down to Office Depot and you're going to laminate it. Don't do that. It will become invalid. Do not laminate your Social Security card. You got it? So Miguel, did that answer your question, Miguel? Well, and Zena, Larry, we got all these new members here. Fantastic. Let me see here. Larry Piercy, I have paid more foreign medical bills than I'm going to shake a stick at. You see my new teeth? I got those in Colombia. My dentist here said he would fix my 4 front teeth for almost $7,000, 6,000 and some change. So I went and my tooth, it needed to be fixed because it was badly infected. Okay. So I said, okay. That was right before I was getting ready to fly to Colombia. So I told my dentist, I said, hey, dude, I said, look, I'm going to be flying to Colombia. So I'm going to be out of pocket for a while before you can fix my teeth. And he said, okay. I flew to Colombia and Karina said, we got to go to the dentist. You got a bad infection. I said, seriously? She goes, yeah, that's a bad infection. That could kill you. It could have. It could have gone into my brain and killed me. My dentist didn't tell me that here in America. He just said, okay, when you get back, we'll look at it. Seriously, he wanted $6,200 something, but he didn't tell me the infection was dangerous for my health. So I went to a dentist in Colombia, and she was very nice. And she said, and Dr. Norberto, I had 2 dentists in Colombia. Dr. Norberto, he's my dentist. Dr. Norberto is my new personal dentist. Okay, so when I need my teeth cleaning and done and everything else, I'll fly to Colombia and he'll do it for me. Okay, but my dentist didn't help me at all. Basically, just kicked me out of his office until I came up with $6,000+. I went to the dentist in Colombia. Dr. Norberto said, we got to take action right now. He pulled out my 2 front teeth and threw them away. He yanked them out. Obviously, he gave me a shots. And he said, you got a bad infection. You cannot put anything in your mouth for 35 days or 40 days. And you got to take this antibiotics for 35 or 40 days. I said, well, thank goodness I got a 90-day freaking visa, tourist visa. So I burned up 45 days of my tourist visa going to dental checkups. So the dentist pulled out my teeth. He fixed the problem. He got rid of the infection. And then I went to an orthodontist, lovely lady. She's about 30 years old. Okay, a doctor in dentistry. And she gave me these 4 new teeth. Right here. Those are from Colombia. And it cost me a total of $1,200 for the whole thing, including a dental cleaning and 4 fillings that had to be filled. And my front 4 teeth, he fixed my 2, and then she fixed these 2, and then these 2. So she fixed all 4 of them. The whole thing cost me $1,100. And then my dentist, I get back to the United States, and I get a call from my dentist. He said, "Are you ready to come in for your dental teeth cleaning?" I said, "Dude, you almost killed me. If you didn't tell me this infection was critical mass." And he said, "What? Duh. Well, it was on a Sunday. You came in as an emergency patient on a Sunday." I said, "I don't care when it was. You didn't tell me this was dangerous." So my dentist is now in Colombia. Have a nice freaking life. Miguel, the name gets updated on the new Social Security card by showing them the green card. That's correct. If you're like Karina took my last name. So she's Karina Ross now. When she filled out her I-485 for her green card, on page 1, it says, "What is your current legal name?" She put Karina Ross. "What other names have you used?" She put Karina maiden name. Her green card came in the mail as Karina Ross, which is her married name. So we took her married name green card to the Social Security office, and they updated her status in the United States. And within 6 days, I think it was, she got a brand new Social Security card. It said Karina Ross on it, her Social Security number, and all that verbiage was gone. So now she has a regular Social Security card. It's easy to do. Depends on where you live, though. If you live in California, it's probably a horrible process because the government in California sucks. Just my opinion. Let me see here. Brian Rogie, even if she has been in the hospital for 2 years, solid, and being given medicine every day and food, it will not, in your opinion, become at least $3,000? Yeah. If she's been in a hospital for 2 years, and being medicated every day, that's a cheap medical bill. $3,000 is a cheap. I thought she was in the hospital for like a surgery or something. You didn't tell me the rest of the story. But 2 years in a hospital bed, $3,000 is nothing. That's cheap. That's about, I don't know, $3,000 is about, I don't know, about 10 million pesos, something like that. But you got to get it paid off. Pay the doctors, get it done, and then your mother-in-law will be released from the hospital. Let me see here. Brian Rogie, do you think I'm being scammed? Well, here's the thing. You need to get a copy of the doctor's bill. Call the hospital. Call the hospital and say, "Hey, I want to pay the bill for my mother-in-law to be and my future family member. How much is it?" Call the freaking hospital. Email them. You got to verify that bill. Okay? How long have you been dating your fiance from Colombia? How long have you been together? Have you met her face to face? I'm sure you have, right? Did you go to the hospital with your fiance to visit your future mother-in-law? If Karina's mom was in the hospital in Bogota, when I was in Colombia with Karina, we would both together go to the hospital and go see her. and bring food and flowers and whatever we're allowed to bring her. Did you do that? Brian, did you go? Have you been to the hospital with your fiance to see her mom and check her, see how she's doing? Here's my recommendation. Get on a plane, fly to Bogota, meet your fiance and say, hey, let's go see mom in the hospital so I can pay off the hospital bill. And bring the cash with you to the, you can bring up to $10,000 worth of cash without having to, to say you have it. Bring the cash with you, fly to Colombia, bring the cash with you that's required to pay off this bill, and take your fiance to the hospital and see what's going on. Okay? Larry Piercy, why not laminate it? Because the US government says you cannot laminate it. Brian Rogel, every month my fiance asks for $500 for her mother's medicine for the month. Do you think I'm being scammed? Brian, have you flown to Colombia and with your fiance went to the hospital to check on mom? Here's what I would do. Stop sending that money until you have done that. Do not send her any money until you have been to verify this. Okay? You got to verify this. I'm telling you. So here's my advice to Brian. Stop sending that $500 a month and then get on a plane, fly to Bogota, and go visit mom in the hospital. Larry Piercy, have you met her, Brian? No, only online. Brian, you have never met this lady in Colombia and you are sending her $500 a month? Stop doing that immediately. Stop. Stop. No more. That is not good. Okay? Larry Piercy, Brian, you've only been talking online with this lady and you're sending her $500 a month for the sick mom? And you believe that? And you believe that her mom's been in the hospital for 2 years and now they need $3,000? That's a bunch of horse crap. That's horse crap. And that's the strongest language I can put. Okay? In my opinion, you're being ripped. You never met this lady? Seriously. Me more to opinion. Karina's not saying a word. Okay? But you got to stop sending that money. You promise me you won't send her any more money. Don't do that. Now she wants $3,000. It's a bull crap story. My fiance tells me though she doesn't want me to visit her yet because she feels uncomfortable with me to visit until she has her apartment and things looking good. Okay, Brian, here's what you tell your fiance. Have a nice life. Go find another person to scam. You're being scammed, dude. Okay? Karina was in a little one-room apartment in Bogota. And I said to her, I'm going to come see you in Bogota. I've been talking with you for 6 months. I haven't met you. I want to meet you in person. And she said, but I only live in a small apartment. And I said, I don't care if you live in a tent, right? It's irrelevant where you live. I want to come see you. So she said, okay, come on. Great. Come on. Come on to Colombia. Come see me. But there's not much room in the apartment because I'm just by myself. And I said, okay, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'll sleep on the freaking floor in a sleeping bag. It's irrelevant. My friend, Brian, you are being ripped by this person. You're sending $500 a month. You've never met her in person. She's asking for $3,000 more. And she says she doesn't want to meet you because she doesn't feel comfortable about where she lives. This is not good. And I'm glad you're on this channel because I want you to stop sending her money. I want you to stop the relationship. I want you to send her a Dear John email and tell her to pack sand and have a nice life. Okay? There are lovely, there's Karina, a beautiful person like Karina, okay? Did not block me from coming to see her because of where she lived. It was a little tiny, you couldn't even swing a cat in her freaking apartment. But I went to Colombia. And I stayed in a hotel because there was no room in the apartment until then. I told Karina, I said, listen, we got to find a bigger place. So Karina found a bigger place. I said, find the biggest place you can find. Don't worry about how much it costs. I'll handle it. I can handle it. And she found a penthouse suite 4 stories up that looked up to Montserrat. I said, and she made a video with her phone and she sent it to me. She goes, what do you think? I said, is there room for me? She said, there's room for you and the cat. I said, okay, rent it. And I mailed her the money. I wired the money to buy her. We had to buy a bed, a sofa. And then I flew to Colombia again. And we were in a big apartment. You are being ripped, my friend. Brian, listen to me. You said she feels uncomfortable for me to visit. Well, then she's not your girlfriend. She's not your fiance. She's somebody that's collecting a paycheck from you every freaking month. Until she has her apartment looking good. It's irrelevant how her apartment looks. It doesn't matter. Her apartment can be a dump. If you love each other, it doesn't matter. Right? That's right. You're not being dumb, okay? You're just running your life with your heart and not using your freaking head. Yeah, you only met her online. Never face to face. Nunca conheceu, nunca. Karina's like, stop. Brian Rogel. We have corresponded for over 2 years, and she is so wonderful and speaks so well and wise and genuine. Brian Rogie. Here is the next email or you send to this lady. Adios. Ciao. Hasta luego. Find somebody else and get your ass on a plane and go visit that person and spend time with that person and get to know that person and stop sending this woman money. Okay? See? Mm-hmm. Karina said, yes, stop. Solid 2 years of you sending her a freaking paycheck. You're the only breadwinner? Whoop-de-doo. Cry me a freaking river. I live in the United States and she lives in Bogota. No, she's just collecting money from you, dude. And probably 3 other guys. Stop sending her money. Use your freaking head. Use your brain, not your heart. You are not the only breadwinner. You are this sucker. Dump her and go and get on a plane and fly to Bogota and find a person. There's lots of lovely ladies in Bogota. Mi amor, see? Don't do it. You need to say goodbye to this person. Listen to me. I'm never wrong, dude. Come on, man. You're not the only breadwinner. You haven't been in a solid relationship for 2 years. You never even freaking met her. You're in a 0 relationship with nothing except you're losing money every month. Larry Piercy, Diego, is it okay for Brian to call me? Sure, if he wants to. He can call you. If he were to sign up as a member, I would call him. Listen to me, Brian Rogie. You tell your Colombian female friend to give you the number to the hospital where her mom is sick. And you call that hospital and find out what the heck's going on and if it's real. Francois Livingston, Diego, I can fix the cover letter by taking my name off, but on all the evidence, I have included it in the green card package. That's okay. Francois, it's okay to add your name, but it's not really relevant. It's only Hamid who's applying for the green card, not you. So if you've added your name to the paperwork to try to protect the information so they can find the sponsor, It's perfectly fine, Francois. You're perfectly okay. You can add it or not add it. It's not going to affect anything. Let me see here. Brian Rogge, dump that person. Okay. Do you want me to call her for you and dump her? I speak perfect Spanish. I'll find out what the heck's going on. Sign up as a member, get my phone number, send me a text, and give me her contact information, and I will call that lady in Bogota. I'll call her using WhatsApp, right? Karina, ¿tú nerviosa?
No.
Okay. Miguel, Larry Piercy, definitely a scammer. Miguel, sorry to say, but you're being played. Brian, giant red flag from Larry Piercy. Listen to these people, Brian. Listen. There's 11 million people live in Bogota, Colombia. 7 million are females. Out of those 7 million, 5 million are single females. You have just happened to pick one who's ripping you off. And it's not the first time, and you won't be the last person that happens to. But in order for me to protect you, you need to stop sending her money and verify everything she's telling you. And if you call her up and say, I want to speak to your mom in the hospital, I want to talk to the doctors, I want to talk to the hospital administrator and find out how much this bill is. If she says you can't do that, I rest my case. Let me see. Brian Rogge, I will stop. Pare. Señor, pare. Excelente. Mountain Dew salute, my friend. Thank you, sir. No, I'm not a sir. I'm Diego. My dad is sir. My dad lives in Chiang Mai in Thailand. He's the sir, okay? I told her the same thing about the tent. The tent. This is, about living in it. It doesn't matter where, if you're dating somebody in a foreign country and and that person happens to be in poverty, it doesn't matter to the American citizen. We don't care. We want to bring you out of there and marry you, right? It doesn't matter, okay? I couldn't care less about Karina's living conditions. All I wanted to do was be with her. And I did, and I made it happen. And I also made it happen that we got a big apartment where we had plenty of room. It was great, right? There you go. Karina's keeping her mouth shut. Brian Rogge, this is why I'm talking to you, to talk some sense into my mind and stop my emotions from clouding my judgment. Thank you, sir. Brian, listen, man. You need to dump this person and flush him, okay, into the Bogota septic system. I'm being harsh with you, but you got to do it. Okay, you wanna get a fiance from Colombia. My dad told me I should marry a Venezuelan when I was 11 years old. When I was 11 years old, my dad said, you need to marry a Venezuelan. They're beautiful, they're friendly, they're hardworking, they don't take no crap, they're good people. And my dad was 100% right. And he's 84 years old. Now he's 85 this month. He is 100% correct. Okay, that I have Karina from Venezuela. I am blessed by the Almighty God and my dad's advice. Okay. Brian Rogge, I'm going to pass along to you my advice to you. You block her on Facebook. You kick her off of WhatsApp. But you don't tell her you're doing that. You send her an email and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to end this relationship. Signed, Brian. And then you block her everywhere on the planet. And then you recuperate the money you have by not sending her any more freaking dollars. And you're done with her. Remember, there's 5 million single females in Colombia, Bogota. Or do like I did and find a Venezuelan lady. There's lots of single Venezuelans that live in Bogota, right? Karina's like being Switzerland. She's being independent. She's like neutral here. Let's see here. Brian, listen. Francois, sounds fishy, Brian. Please listen to Diego. There you go, man. Do a salute for Francois. You are being taken to the cleaners if you don't stop it. She almost got him for $3,000 over some bogus hospital bill, which is total BS. And Larry says she may be even a he. Yeah, could be. Joanna, FP86. I love that name, Joanna, FP86. How did you come up with that name? If you don't know her in person, she is not your fiance. Joanna, you're right. Joanna gets a Mountain Dew salute. I got on a freaking plane and flew to Bogota, and Karina was saying, well, my apartment is very small. I don't have much room here for 2 people. I said, I don't care. And she said, well, I got to get, she said, I got to clean up the place. I said, don't worry about it. And then I bought freaking plane tickets. And I took a picture of I emailed her the flight schedule to Bogota. And she goes, oh, wow, you're really coming. I said, yeah, I'm coming to Bogota. Come see you. I couldn't care less about the apartment. I wasn't going to see the apartment. I was going to see Karina. And here we are, 4 years later, happily married, hanging out in Florida, helping you guys. And then we moved up to a bigger apartment in Bogota. This lady's a freaking scamming you, dude. Brian, she sent me a video also. She has sent me videos of herself, and we do. Brian, you can't see her face. She sends you a video and you can't see her face. Get off this live stream, or after I terminate the live stream in about 10 minutes or so. When I terminate the live stream, you get on your computer, you send her an email and say, thank you so much for the don't be negative. Just say, thanks so much, but I've decided to end the relationship and have a wonderful rest of your life. I wish you the best. Signed, Brian. Send the email or the WhatsApp or the Yahoo Messenger, however you communicate with her, and then you block her everywhere. But first you got to be polite and say, ciao, very nicely. Don't be angry, just be nice. And you get rid of that septic sore that's festering in your heart, and find somebody that's real. I found Karina. There's people out there that are real. You just got screwed for the last however long. Larry Piercy, AMF, Joanna, FP86. The first thing is speak in a video call to be sure it's a real person. Joanna, that's correct. Corinne and I, we chatted back and forth in video chats for 6 months. I mean, we were on this, the WhatsApp, you can do like live stream video chats. And then I flew to Colombia and spent 5 weeks with her. And then 5 months. And then 10 months. And then 3 months. And here we are. And Karina's like hanging out. And we're going on vacation soon. Let me see. Brian Rogie, adios, ha ha ha, gracias amigo, ha ha, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Brian, I'm glad that I helped you. I'm glad you listened to me. Okay? I'm glad you listened to me, because sometimes you got to be tough. Okay? You have to. Let me see here. Karina, what's going on? I got to go down here on the scale. Miguel, you can't see her face, but you send her money and get engaged to her. He's gonna listen to Diego, and he's gonna end that nonsense right now. Larry Piercy, I'm sending her money to Brian. Brian Rogie, my heart was bigger than my brain. That's correct. I knew this all along, but I'm only going to be honest. I feel horrible. No, don't feel horrible. You just had a lesson. You had class. You experienced something. It was a lesson. Okay? Look at it as don't be a victim here. Be a victor. Never be a victim. Okay? You're not a victim. You don't feel horrible, but you went through a class of how not to get scammed. But you learned from it. And I'm saying to you, stop sending her money. wish her well, and block her on every way that you were communicating with her. You have to block her so she cannot contact you, because she's going to try to worm her way into your freaking mind to keep the cash flowing. Okay. And also guys do that to women, and women do it to guys. It's not just one-way street, but you got ripped. Fix it and learn from it. Brian Rogie. We only talk on Google Chat, but it all adds up to a scam. Thank you for helping me, good sir. You're welcome. Listen to me. Larry Piercy, $10. Brian Rogo, my stupid big heart. No, your heart is not stupid. Your heart is good. But you just went through a lesson. And I'm the professor. I'm the head of the I'm the teacher here. And I just set you straight. Okay? And you're going to fix it. Joanna, good evening from Bogota. Hey, nice to be in the live stream. Joanna is in Bogota, Colombia, mi amor. How's the weather? It's raining, right? It's got to be raining. It's March. Is March the windy season? Welcome, Joanna from Bogota. Benedicciones. Gracias tú aquí en el live stream. ¿Es bien? ¿Español bien? Okay. Karina is my professor of Spanish. She teaches me Spanish. New word. I learned that there's 2 words for socks. It's calcetines and medias. I'm like, what the heck? How am I supposed to learn Spanish when there's different words for the same freaking thing? Joanna, your videos help me with the K1 visa process. Thank you. That's why I'm here. Welcome aboard. We're going to help you get this K1. And especially seeing that Karina's family, most of her family, 80% of Karina's family all live in Bogota. And she got a brother lives in Brazil. And her mom lives, and her sister live in, and her dad live in Venezuela. Right? Right. Larry Piercy, Brian is not a Marine. No, Brian is a normal human being that got taken for a ride, and now he's learned his lesson, and I've set him straight. Let's see here. Brian, true. I met her on Fun Chat over 2 years ago. Was there for a little while, but then left the pay chat and reached out personally with me, but didn't tell Fun Chat, or I can get in trouble. Well, Brian, if you are no longer going to be fun chatting anybody, what you need to do is, if you want to find a beautiful Venezuelan in Colombia, go on Colombian Cupid, right? Aquí. Huh? Aquí. Or here in United, find a nice Latina in United States, right? Yeah, there's plenty of single ladies in America. You don't have to be flying to a different country. But my dad told me I got to marry a Venezuelan in 1975, I think it was. Here we are. Let me see here. Lose on free, Brian. You need to run. All the red flags are there. He needs to send her a nice adios email and then block her everywhere on the planet. Larry Piercy, oh yeah, very polite call. Me and I will give you some new polite words. There you go. Brian Rogie, the only place we talk is only on Google Chat. Okay, I do see her in the videos. She sends me them all the time of herself and holding up pictures of my name and telling me on the signs of love. Brian, dump her. We talk all the time. Where she is actually taking me, talking to me, and with her, she is very real when we actually talk to one another. But I guess I can't believe anything she's telling me. That's correct. I'm going to tell you one more time, Brian. Right now, I'm going to terminate the live stream in 1 minute because I'm getting hungry. Tengo hambre, poco. I'm going to go. See, okay. I'm going to tell you, Brian, when you come back on the live stream, the next live stream, what's today? ¿Qué hora? Mercoles? Today's Wednesday. Saturday is the next live stream. Saturday. You're going to come on the live stream and you're going to tell me that you dumped her, you blocked her, you eliminated her from your heart and from your mind. You will not communicate with her ever again, never, ever again. And then I will help you, with Karina's help, find you somebody who's real in Bogota. There's lots of nice ladies, Karina's friends, muchas amigas. Huh? Okay. We'll find you somebody. We'll get you a girlfriend in Colombia who's not going to rip you off, right? Okay. Karina knows probably half the single females in Bogota anyway. Let me see. Joanna, FP86, very cold and rainy this day in Bogota. Yeah, it's cold and rainy. I remember. It was always cold. Brian, okay, I'll dump her. No, you're not gonna dump her, man. You're gonna flush her. You're gonna, and then she's gone, man. And then you're gonna block her everywhere. I'll join your membership soon. Thank you, my new friend. You don't have to join as a member unless you want me to help you with a K1 visa or a green card. But for right now, you need to fix your life, and then we will find a nice young lady for you, okay, who would love to be your friend first, and then maybe your future fiance, okay? That's right, Brian. Flush her. Now join, Brian. You will go back to her. Now join, Brian. Are you, or you're going to go back to her? He's not going to go back to her, Larry, okay? Because at the next live stream on Saturday, Brian's going to be here, and we're going to be seeing what happened. And then if he hasn't dumped her, I'm going to want to be able to contact her. I will call her, or Karina. We're going to call her. See you guys. We're out of here. See you guys on Saturday. And thanks for joining, guys. The new members we got new member. Yeah, Brian, I'll call her up and I'll dump her ass for you. See you guys on Saturday.